there! Welcome to Apple World. At the point when someone says he likes beating diggers up, he does. He'll whip one of my tools for me, discussing me. I ain't saying that he beat me, you believe I'm beating me up. Cassie is suing Diddy for $30 million, blaming him for assault rehashed actual maltreatment. The claim charges that all through the range of their relationship, Cassie was mishandled and controlled, and that Diddy used to employ her with over and over beating her to a savage degree and power her to have intercourse with male compositions as he watched and recorded. Cassie is suing rapper Diddy for supposedly abusing her while they were together. Theos would uncover Diddy for putting hands on Cassie and furthermore, saying her all through their 11-year relationship. There's a great deal of poisonousness here since Cassie kept down on no proof of how wrecked Diddy truly is. Yet all the circumstances deteriorated on the grounds that Diddy's ongoing fire youthful Miami is likewise supposedly putting her help behind Cassie, and she is currently uncovering Diddy for likewise putting hands on her to listen. It appears as though Diddy will imprison on the grounds that these two still up in the air to bring him down unequivocally before all else, like the initial 3-1/2 years. Like the initial multi-month 3-4 months, he was truly pleasant, however, at that point after. That he begun being Anso, like I say, like the initial 3.5 years, he was like hateful toward me. So when you say mean depicted, he wasn't in the event that he resembled continuously disparaging me and consist. Only like he was like intellectually, sincerely, and genuinely me. So it seems as though Diddy's defeat is going to occur, and it seems as though it will occur amazingly in light of the fact that he is being uncovered for a wide range of stuff. He actually has what is going on with Tupac. Homicide continuing and so forth, and Cassie just sued him in court, blaming him for DV and saying her while they were together, and it's, truth be told, terrible. The court reports even have a trigger admonition on the first page, and I feel that is sufficient to let y'all know how genuinely horrendous the circumstance is currently. Individuals have consistently given Diddy's relationship with Cassie a side-eye due to the gigantic power unevenness in the relationship for when Cassie was just 19 when Diddy was 37, and they initially began dating in addition to the fact that she was endorsed by his terrible kid record, so he had a great deal of command over her all along, and as per a few insiders, the relationship was not precisely shared in light of the fact that Cassie would have rather not dated him. However, at that point she felt like she needed to on the grounds that he held her vocation over her head and took steps to destroy her on the off chance that she didn't surrender. And when they began dating, great things quickly got harmful on the grounds that he would put hands on her, torment her sincerely, and a wide range of brutal things. As per the claim, Diddy was savage towards her forever. One of the 10 years that they were together, and the claim likewise asserted that he attempted misventure in her own home. After she attempted to leave him, frequently punched, beat, kicked, and confused on misventure, bring about burst lips, bruised eyes, and constrained misventure to participate in private demonstrations with Mel SWs while getting off on it and recording the experiences, requested that Miss Venter to convey his gun in her handbag just to make herself conscious and show how perilous he is, and acquainted misadventure with a way of life of over-the-top liquor and substance, and expected her to get illegal solutions to fulfill his own addictions. Even though that is a great deal, realize that Daddy was terrible, yet we didn't have the foggiest idea how terrible it was. It gets far more atrocious in light of the fact that the claim proceeded to uncover that Diddy would frequently place his hands on Cassie before others, and that these beatings were seen by Mr. Com's staff and workers of Awful Kid Amusement and Mr. Com's connected organizations. Yet nobody really considered opposing their alarming and savage supervisor. Cassie additionally uncovered that Diddy began chasing after her very quickly, despite the fact that she was seeing someone at the time. And he was likewise with Kim Watchman. I have a decent one for you all. Obvious wrongdoing fans out there. This month I began playing June's Excursion, and it marks every one of the containers with regards to telephone games. It's unwinding, delightfully planned, and it's a thrilling story of 1920s fabulousness. Keep you snared till the end. June's process is allowed to download stowed-away article secret game that follows June as she uncovers the secret encompassing her sister's passing. Playing as June, you will entice your internal criminal investigator while finding covered things sprinkled across sumptuously showed scenes. It's a computerized turn on Where's Waldo for the touch scene time, set in the thundering 1920s. Do you indulge yourself with the following? Sherlock Holmes of the cell phone age is gracious, And coincidentally, on the off chance that that doesn't sound astounding enough, all through the game you will likewise get to refurbish, fix, and alter your beautician's manor and nursery island since I found June's process. I've been beginning and finishing my days with only a couple of moments of June's style and conundrum, and I feel like I'm somewhere down in the most gorge-worthy commendable story consistently. I can hardly stand by to see what she finds in the following section to mitigate your soul with lavish scenes and peaceful soundscapes, all while honing your brain with puzzles that are as trying as they are enchanting. How would you do that? Simply download June's process for nothing by tapping the connection underneath the depiction or by means of the QR code on the screen. And hello. June's process is accessible on Android and iOS, yet you might play it on your PC through Facebook games. In the round of applications you win, or on the other hand, you essentially make some breathtaking memories. With June's excursion, she guarantees that he frightened away her beau at that point and basically constrained her into a relationship despite her desire to the contrary, yet Elle, who proceeded to guarantee that Diddy frequently left her with and wounds all over and body and that he will. But then she could make shy? Notice her about how Diddy would destroy her profession in the event that she didn't hit him up. She likewise announced that when she believed that she was at long last liberated from him, she consented to get together with him for supper. However, at that point he constrained his direction into her condo, and saw her despite the fact that she over and over said no. The claim additionally uncovered how Diddy deceived her into utilizing medications and how he would maneuver her toward utilizing them. Even after she over and again let him know that she was awkward utilizing them, it likewise reports that he was snared to torment pills, and when his stockpile ran out, he constrained her to get him the aggravation pills. Now that wasn't terrible enough, she additionally guaranteed that he constrained her to move out of her condo in law into a loft that he leased for her since it was near his home. He likewise leased her a house in Manhattan for similar explanation. His command over her life was profound, to such an extent that he approached her clinical records when she didn't approach the court reports on different events. Mr. Combs had Miss Ventura's own clinical records sent straightforwardly to his email address. For example, when Miss Ventura started encountering cognitive decline, possibly because of unnecessary medication use, and/or head wounds brought about by Mr. Combs' beatings, as depicted beneath her X-ray results, were given straightforwardly to Mr. Combs. It happened to LA few events where he put his hands on her, like the time they were returning subsequent to going to a party with Jays. Mr. Combs beat Miss Venture over and over in an escalade, including by kicking and hitting her. He constrained her out of the vehicle on Fifth Road in New York City. She was in the end ready to damnation a taxi and get to her loft in Manhattan. There's lies when Cassie addressed a music director with at least some expectations of her encouraging her vocation. It was only a relaxed discussion in the club. However, he flew off the handle that when they left the club, Mr. Combs beat Miss Venture driving her into a side of the vehicle and trampling her face. When the vehicle showed up at Mr. Cole's home, Miss Venture endeavored to take off. However, Mr. Combs followed her and continued to again kick her in the face. Miss Venture was draining bountifully and was guided into Mr. Cole's home, where she started to hurl from the via currents. She additionally uncovered that he constrained her to have experiences that he alludes to as oddity offs or foes. Fundamentally, he would make her recruit extortion act companies with BBCs. If you catch my drift, he would then drive her to get high and get physically involved with the escorts while he watched, and got off on watching her with the men he would additionally call Cassie whenever he felt like it, and when he drove her away from a birthday celebration he tossed for her. As per the claim, Mr. Brushes generally provided Miss Venture with plentiful measures of medications previously, and during the foes, Miss Venture was given ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, marijuana, and liquor in unreasonable sums during foes, which permitted her to disassociate during these terrible experiences. It turned out to be so normal spot to get IV liquids in the days after NFO to recuperate from the exorbitant substances pushed upon her far more detestable. Diddy would film Cassie while she was playing out these demonstrations, and he held the recordings over her head for quite a while.